Okay, so you think your genetics are very average and that is exactly why you're not looking good, right? Well, let me be real here. There is some truth to that, but there is far more you can do to maximize what you exactly look like. So the number one thing that I did is believe that I didn't have bad genetics. Because think about it. If you just have that in the back of your mind constantly that you've got bad genetics, you're never going to train hard enough because you're always going to feel no matter how hard you train, you're never going to look good just because you have bad genetics. That's such a bad start. Like you've lost before you even started. So the number one thing I'll recommend you to do is not believe you have bad genetics. Believe that you have genetic strong points, which is true. You definitely have genetic strong points and weak points, but just don't let your genetic weak points demotivate you. The other thing that I'm doing is to focus on my advantages. So for example, I'm a short guy. I'm 5'5". So I have a wider waist than most other people. But what I am focusing on is my shoulder width, because the wider my shoulders will be, the slimmer my waist will look. And the slimmer my waist will look, the more aesthetically pleasing my physique will look. The other thing that I'm doing is I'm training my abs very hard, because the harder I train my abs, the more defined they will be and the more aesthetically pleasing my physique will again look. So just like that, you need to focus on your genetic strong points. There's always going to be a genetically gifted body part in you, bro. Just don't believe that you have bad genetics. The other thing that I'm doing is I'm training my genetic weak points harder. Well, yes, this might sound a little bit contradictory to my previous point, but you need to train your genetic weak points harder than your genetic strong points in order to not let them be a weak point anymore. So for example, I've got pretty average bicep genetics. Like I never had a very prominent bicep peak, but over the years, I've been training my biceps so hard that now I would like to say that they're at least not a weak point for me. So just like that, you need to train the muscles that you don't think are up to the mark a little harder than your genetic strong points. The next thing I did was I learned to pose effectively. You need to learn to pose in a way that hides your genetic weak points and highlights your strong points. So for example, because I have a wide waist, I will generally pose sideways because that will make my waist look slimmer and my shoulders look wider. It's all about creating illusions for the eye. And because I would like to think that I've got pretty good trap genetics, so usually when I'll pose, I'll try to highlight my traps as much as possible. And along with that, I'll try to hide my waist width as much as possible. And the other thing I did was I optimized my posture. I see so many of y'all walk around with slouched backs because y'all work like this all day long. Don't do that. Pull your shoulders back, chest up, chin up, and walk normally, walk straight. Because the way you carry yourself in public also matters a lot in looking good. So these were a few things that I am currently doing to optimize my genetics to their maximum limit. Hope you found this video helpful. If you like such informative gym content, subscribe to my channel and I'll see you in the next one.